It says up here we're live.
It does, but it could mean anything.
It's total lottery. Hi guys, we think that we are currently speaking to you, but if you're watching the recording, then we are going to be doing some frequently asked questions. There's loads of people interested about Tailored Tutors right now, which is totally great and amazing, but we just want to make sure that we are answering your questions. Yep. Trav in the inbox is doing his absolute best to respond to everyone as quickly as he can. But we thought we would answer lots of the questions come in are much the same. So we're just going to answer them for you now. So you've got like a nice straight from the horse's mouth answer to all your frequently asked questions.
Okay, so section 1, I am question asker.
Okay, yes.
Section 1 is about revision and particularly kind of feeling panicky about revision at the moment. So, Rich.
Yes.
I'm a student. I'm panicking.
Okay.
I'm worried. Is it too late to go up 1 or 2 grades now? We've got, what, 3 weeks? Is it too late?
Yeah,
really?
Well, obviously, no, it's not. Absolutely not at all. We've seen students join the course really recently and make massive differences. I mean, May half term is coming up at the point of recording this, and like that gives you a full week of using the courses. And we've seen in free trials we've done in the past where people have had full access to everything, where people complete the entire year 1 and year 2 course for a given subject in a week and see 1 to 2 to sometimes 3 grade transformations in as little as a week. So it's definitely not too late. I mean, you're going to have to still do the work, but engage with it. And yeah, there's easily with the work, you can go up 1 to 2 grades.
What work?
Okay, the right work. So really effective learning. A lot of the work we do here is all about making sure you're not just doing the things, the traps that students fall into, rereading your notes, highlighting things in the textbook. So you have to be really active in your learning.
60,000 flashcards.
Yeah, making flashcards that you either don't use or they're things that you already know. So there's lots of tips and advice that we've given you, but effectively it's about using the past papers wisely, using the TT method, and yeah, revising things you don't know.
What is the TT method?
What is the TT method? Is that next on the question?
It is.
Oh, next on the question. In fact, I can show you that if I can find Zoom again. Do you know any suggestions where the Zoom dashboard panel is then? Yeah, that's not. How do I share my screen is the question.
Oh. Good question.
Yeah,
there.
Yeah, I can see it, but it's not.
I don't know. I always
Your computer is so weird.
I always just have it.
Yeah.
There. Oh.
Let's try double clicking on that. No, that's not going to work. That's just
go on that.
I'm going to close that if you don't mind.
Go on that and make it big.
Okay, there we go. Okay, sweet. Now I'm going to need my window of things to show them back again. Okay, now we can show you what the deal is. Here's Chrome. First of all, there is an FAQ on the website. So in the menu here, FAQ, so you've got all the different sections here. Most of the commonly asked questions are available on the website. So please do read them before sending us an email. You'll find your answer a lot faster there than waiting 24 hours for a reply. How to improve grade in a month. We have written a full article about that. That is in the toolkit section of the website. So you can read it through. The TT method is down here. So the foolproof revision technique, you basically do a paper in closed book time conditions, and you then take a break. You then mark that same paper and find out where your 3 weakest questions are. Where are your errors? Where are your problems with that paper? You then go away and schedule some action hours to go and improve those weaknesses. And you have to identify, is that skills, is that content knowledge, why did you drop marks, and go and spend 3 to 4 revision sessions, 3 action hours, working on those topics, improving those topics. Then you repeat the same paper. You repeat the same paper, really important, you repeat the same paper because the questions are going to be really similar, and you've got to make the improvements and see those improvements before you move on. And then if you have improved, then you can move on to another paper. If you haven't improved and you're not getting at least, I'm saying to my students, at least 1 grade above your target grade. At least 1 grade above your target grade when you repeat the same paper 24 to 48 hours after you did it the first time. If you have improved, you move on to another paper. If you haven't improved, you repeat the same paper, and then you find your weaknesses, improve the weaknesses, and you do that as that is your method for improving your grades between now and the exam.
Yeah, students have been saying, yeah, but just because that was my weakness on that paper, that question's not going to come up again. So what is the point in that? And there's 2 things. number one, yes, it will come up again. And number two, if that does come up again, even if you think it won't, if it does, which we're saying it probably will, then lots and lots of people in that example are going to recognize that it came up before, but not know how to answer it because they've never actually answered it and got the marks that the mark scheme wants. So it really does work. And I've got a quote, which I'm not making up, from the course, somebody using the TT method and has just like done the paper, redone it, and moved on to the next one and sent me a message saying, what the hell? Some of these questions are so similar to the 2018 Edexcel. Ronnie, you're a legend, which I'm really pleased about because I know it works. I've done it with hundreds of students, but for you to trust that method, I think is really good and you will see improvements, absolutely.
The whole point is about making improvements on the things that you're weak on. And this method gives you a method to find your weaknesses. It gives you a method to improve your weaknesses. And otherwise you do a past paper, you test yourself, and then you do another past paper and you test yourself, and you're not actually doing any of the stages to actually improve. So it's all about finding your weaknesses and improving your weaknesses, and that's when you're going to see the improvements in your grade.
Should I use old spec papers from other exam boards?
Okay, well, we've just gone through the TT method. So there are quite a lot of new spec materials. Ronnie has written sample new spec materials for you for biology and chemistry. There are plenty of materials. There are 9 exams for biology and chemistry, paper 1, paper 2, paper 3, the specimen, the 2017 and 2018. So until you are absolutely rock solid, busting at least 1 full grade above what you want to get in all 9 of those papers, or all of the specimen papers and Ronnie's practice papers.
Or even 2 or 3, to be honest. 2 or 3 is enough to move you up 2 grades.
Absolutely. So until you've exhausted all of those, don't concern yourself with the other spec papers. Don't even worry about the other old spec papers. If you find you're really weak on a particular topic and you've exhausted all the questions you can find from the new spec, and maybe because there's not that many examples, and you know that I just need to do this one topic, I need more questions, fine. Then in that case, go and find some of those questions in the old spec if it was in there, or find some of those similar questions from other exam boards.
Or go in the topic course. We've done that.
Ultimately, that's why we've put our topic course together. So you've got basically a limitless supply of questions on any given topic. So don't worry about the old specs. Don't worry about the other specs. Work on your spec for the new specification until you're completely comfortable doing all of those exams. Then don't even worry about other specs.
How many hours per day? How many past papers per day? What should I be doing time-wise? Okay,
a really common question. Okay, so we're suggesting you do basically 2 hours per subject per day. That includes if you are at school or college, your school or college lessons. And obviously if it's May half term, if it's study leave, then you do about 2 action hours per subject.
Yeah, 2 hours active.
Active studying.
Being taught that's not active. Yeah. 2 hours active.
Yes. If the teacher's standing at the front of the class and just doing this, and you're like casually not paying much attention and putting down notes, that's not working. That's not the effective learning that we're talking about. So it's got to be active recall, active learning. It's revision time now. It's not learning time now. So 2 hours per subject per day of active revision using action hours and the TT method for maximum impact. Because if you just try and sit down at your desk and do 6 hours straight, your concentration and your ability to recall information will be rock bottom after 2 to 3 hours. So that won't, again, count as that active, effective revision. So just make sure you are following the principles we've set out for you.
We're going to move on to a new section now, which is questions about subscriptions to tailored tutors. But first, shall we have a look at the chat?
Let's go and have a look at the chat.
Because we were not paying much attention. There was a question earlier that I saw about the PDF, the mechanics PDF that I made. And there was some preparation questions, and then you were moving on to practice.
From Sophie, yeah.
Yeah, I will put the PDF link in the description.
Sophia, you remember the Discord community? It's all in the Discord community. We're going to talk about that in a minute.
Yeah, but I'll put the link here as well to the PDF, because that was the thing I was really pleased. Students were saying this microcosm of the TT method, trying these preparation questions, going through them using the course and working just on those questions, and then trying brand new questions and feeling that progress. It's really, really motivating to realize how quickly your grades can go up if you're using the right method.
Yeah, so as Armin said, you've got both your AS biology exams next week. You haven't done much revision for biology yet. Use the TT method. And yeah, so make sure you're really comfortable with all the AS past papers that you can find for your exam board. Obviously, if you've got weak topics, then I'd recommend using the Ultimate Guide to improve those content knowledge. And if it's exam technique stuff, then the revision kit is probably your best friend.
Arisha's saying, do loads of past papers. I'm doing loads of past papers. honestly, I would recommend not doing loads. You're better off doing 2 really well over and over and over and over. Honestly, truly, that will make a bigger impact to your actual grade than doing 9 or 10, but not doing them in as much detail. I know that seems counterintuitive, but it's really true.
Okay, so AJ, you said you've done Ronnie's mechanics paper twice. How did it go? AJ, let us know in the chat.
Maths last minute, pick a paper, just one paper, and learn those questions inside out and back to front. Make sure you 100% understand them. And then if you've got time, try another paper. But that is the most effective way. If you try to do millions of maths, like loads of different question, what you're not doing is building any neural pathways in your brain. Because what you need to have in your brain in that exam is a little pathway between this question and the solution. You need a link in your brain. And those links are formed when you join them up by active work in your revision. Now, if you join up this and then join up that and join up that and join up that in your revision, but you never reinforce any of those connections, then your brain, it's only joined these 2 things once in its whole entire life. You're not going to be, that's like me trying to remember someone from French GCSE. It's
called LTP, long-term potentiation. There's it's lots of learning theory behind it. You've got to do repeats. It's much better doing more repeats of fewer things than just trying to spread your coverage out really thin.
And it's also less stressful.
Maya asked, do you think it's best to save the 2018 questions to the last minute? This is the last minute. There's no point doing it the day before exam, because you've got to get the improvements you've got to do the exam, make the mistakes if needs be, and learn from what you didn't get right so that you can incorporate that into your learning. This is the last minute. Use them now. Don't save them up beyond this point.
Samreen is saying, is it too late to go up 3 grades in maths? If you think about what 3 grades actually is, that's about 30 marks. If you have a look at the maybe we can link it in the description, the predictions that we did last weekend, I made a PDF of the maths, everything that comes up, how important is it? So there were 6 topics that were worth around 25 marks. So one of those, if you totally smash just one topic, like differentiation, that's going to take you up 2 grades, because that's how many marks it's worth on average in the average exam. So don't put if you're trying to go up a lot, then don't put any time into the things that are hardly worth anything. And that PDF will tell you what's hardly worth anything, what's worth the most, and what are the middly ones.
Okay, next section.
Next section is subscriptions questions. So students who have signed up to TT and have some questions. Question 1, what exam boards do you do? Okay,
so the courses we do for biology, chemistry, and maths A-level are AQA, OCR, A, and EdXL A. Do they called A and B for maths? Is there such a thing?
There's no EdXL B. There's no OCR B is MEI.
Okay, so OCR A and EdXL A for chemistry and maths and biology. So there's various different names for all of them, like the EdXL A for biology is the SNAB, the Salters-Nuffield. There are various different versions. Make sure you should have a copy of your specifications. You should know what exam board you do and be responsible for your own learning, and make sure you know which spec you're doing. But OCR, AQA, EdXL, we don't do WJEC. And there's lots of overlap with all the exam boards, but they're the courses we've written. Every course is exam board specific and tailored to those things. So they are the courses that we cover.
For maths, the AQA, the OCR, and the EdXL and the MEI are all following the same government set specification. There are tiny tweaks. So the specification says that they can ask a standard one of these, and there are tiny changes about what they consider standard. So no ladders in AQA, but ladders in OCR and MEI and EdXL, for example. If you are an MEI student, I recommend getting the OCR course. There's very little difference, but I haven't done the MEI past paper solutions. If you're doing WJC, there are some slight differences. I'd recommend getting the EdXL one, but to be honest, it's very, very minimal changes.
Okay, great. Next question.
This is a big one. What is the difference between the revision kit for TOTutors and the ultimate guide for TOTutors, and which one should you get at this time?
Okay, so the ultimate guide is there to teach you the content. Imagine you hadn't studied, you were starting year 12 in your subject. The ultimate guide would be the tutorials that cover all the bits you need to know, teaching it to you as if you didn't know it from the first place. So it's going to be really concise, very well-rounded, 10-minute, basically 8 to 10 minute tutorials covering the entire specification. So if your content knowledge is bad, if you do not understand the concepts If you don't understand the information, you need to get content into your head. The Ultimate Guide is there for that. And I'll show you a little demo in just a second. The revision kit, there's a lot to it, but in simplification, we've done the new spec past papers, all the stuff for the new spec for biology, chemistry, and maths, and we've answered the questions and giving you our experience of how to answer the questions, how to use the mark schemes, how best to use the past papers, which revision techniques to apply in order to get the most out of the course in a small space of time. So if your content knowledge is good, it's not going to teach you the content in a tutorial type sense. It's going to, the revision kit is not going to do that. It's going to go through, it's going to assume that you've studied it already because it's revision time, and that it's then going to show you our methods for analyzing the questions, understanding what the questions want, understanding what the examiners want, and how to squeeze more marks out of the knowledge that you've already got. I think I've got a screen share that I can do on that. So, that was action hours that we didn't come to yet. Okay, so this is the website. This is the maths version of the website under the maths year 12 and 13. Do read these. These are so the Ultimate Guide covers content, teaching you every topic that'll be on the exam, whereas the revision kit is focused on past paper training to get you the full marks with the knowledge you've already got. And again, this is my biology course. This is the Ultimate Guide. You're going to see its tutorials. You can obviously watch the video. It's going to be a page of notes. It's designed for you to create your own notes. We've given a template note, so we're not going to go into that much detail here, but you can see it's a lesson. This lesson is a long one. It's 13 minutes. And then you can ask us questions underneath. Anything you're not sure about, you can ask a question in here, and then you can see we're very close to 10,000 questions answered on the course.
This year?
Yeah.
Not ever, just this year.
10,000 student questions, that's 20, plus all our responses. So that is what the differences are. Then the revision kit, you end up, this is, again, there's many courses involved here. There's lots of things, but this is an AQA paper from paper 1, 2018. Every single question is down here in the left-hand side. And for every single question, there are 3 videos. In my course, there's actually 4 videos in Ronnie's course, where we analyze the question, but we don't answer it. We respond to the question closed book, and then we show you how to use the mark scheme to mark it. So that is the basics of it. If you don't know, then we'll cover the free trial in a minute, but you can use the free trial. The free trial includes both Revision Kit Tester and the Ultimate Guide Tester. So play with both. It should be very obvious to you after just 1 hour of playing with the free trial what the differences are. And if you need both, then you can buy both together as well.
So for the maths revision kit, one of the videos that you've got, which is unique to the Tailored Tutors course and is going to be really useful for you in your revision, is a video where I'm just talking to you about the question. So I haven't got a pen in my hand. I'm not doing it for you. I'm just talking about what is going on, what is the graph doing, what are we actually looking for? And what that's going to do is take you from the point where you've got no clue to the point where you can actually try it yourself. Whereas if you just watch somebody do the question, say, look, now I'm differentiating, now I'm making it naught, now I'm solving this equation, it's kind of ruined for you. You can't then go and try it because you've just seen somebody do it.
Yeah.
So that means that you're going to be learning as much as possible as you're using those past papers.
Same with that, the question analysis video that we've done, every question we've analyzed, Rich and I, for biology and chemistry, like, okay, so you've got this graph question, okay, you've got the different axes on here, 2 different y-axes. Is it called 2 different y-axes? Anyway, you've got
Y?
No, X is on the bottom, but if you've got 2 y-axes. Two different vertical axes.
I don't understand that.
So like, be careful of that. This one is that one, how to make sure you are, this one's in hours, this one's in days, and you have to convert between those and give you as much help into the question without giving you the factual content. So again, you can do the mental work yourself to answer it. Gives you the framework or the architecture to try and answer the question on your own, which is so much more educationally valuable than just watching somebody do it, because then you just don't really take much of it in.
We put this down, but I don't think this is a frequently asked question. No one's ever asked me it. I've got Tailored Tutors and I don't like it.
Okay, well, yeah, there's a 7-day satisfaction money-back guarantee, so anyone who's bought the course can try it out for 7 days. If you have just bought the course and you try and, May half term, and you just try and exploit it by using all the content, we can see all of that, and we're probably going to say no, but absolutely fair use if you buy it. I think we've had 4 or 5 this year, people just saying that, it's not my learning style, or I already have a tutor full-time. I thought it was a bit different. I should have used the free trial a bit better to get an idea of the course. Ultimately, use the free trial first for an hour. You'll see what it's like, and then the full version just unlocks everything. So do recommend using the free trial first. But yeah, if there's anything you're unhappy with whatsoever in the first 7 days you buy it, email us within that 7-day period and we'll just give you a full refund.
Okay, I got Tailored Tutors, but I got the Ultimate Guide and I now want the revision kit, or I want to change or add or swap or...
Okay, so if you've bought the Ultimate Guide and you want to add the revision kit within the Academy, in fact, I think I've got that as a page, perfect, right here. So let me share my screen. If you've bought the Ultimate Guide and you want to add the revision kit, then you'll go to your My Courses page. Every Ultimate Guide user has got this course here. Add the revision kit, so you can go into this course. I don't know, and then yeah, you can basically. I think that actually might be here. No, it's over here. You can choose to add the revision kit of your choice. Obviously, instead of being the regular price of £49 a month, it's £29 a month. It's basically 40% off if you have an Ultimate Guide subscription. Choose your exam board. Please make sure you check your exam board first. Lots of people have been purchasing the wrong exam board, which obviously just means you lose access. It's not what you need, and then it takes a day or two to sort it out. So you can choose any of your revision kits from in there. If you have the revision kit and you want to add the Ultimate Guide, we're actually going to send an email to all our subscribers, basically offering you there is a promotion for that as well. The first month is half price off the Ultimate Guide. If you already have the revision kit, we will be sending all our revision kit subscribers an email on Monday about that. So just make sure you're checking your inbox. It will go to the email address that you've registered for the Ultimate Guide, your login email address for Tailored Tutors.
What is the money back guarantee?
Money back guarantee. So we know that students who complete our courses go up by at least 1 grade. So if you complete our courses, then we guarantee that you will improve a grade. I'm going to show you what that looks like. I'd highly recommend on the website, again, contact and info about Tailored Tutors money back guarantee. You can read the full page. The full terms and conditions is there, but basically these are the major bullet points. It's only for students subscribing in May. If you subscribe in June, that's too late. Basically, we won't credit the money back guarantee if you're subscribing right at the very last minute. You need to, within the first 14 days of you enrolling, you will be enrolled in the money back guarantee course. There is a form for each subject. They're all separate, the biology, chemistry, and the maths. You basically have to submit a piece of evidence of what grade are you on within 14 days of joining the course the first time you start a subscription. You have to complete the form within the 14 days. So we know that's you, basically. You need to complete at least 90% of the course, which at this stage is totally doable, but it's going to be quite a stretch. And maybe that's not the optimal strategy. If you've got to cover 90% of the course and you're already really strong on some parts of the course, my advice to you would be like, don't complete the bits that you're already good at, because you're just going to be wasting your time. But you've got to complete at least 90% of the course, watch and take notes to those tutorials. That's how you learn it, basically. And then on results day, you let us know how you did. And if it didn't go your way, if you did all those things and it doesn't go your way, we just give you everything you spent on Tailored Tutors on the Ultimate Guide this year, we give back to you on results day. But you do have to obviously let us know how you did on results day. On that note, there will be a form when you get your results, regardless if you've been a TT user this year. We're going to do a big competition. We want to find out what you've done so we can crunch the numbers to prove how much students have improved. Last year's data was 1.7 grades was the improvement, and obviously we
average, which means some people went up 3-4 grades.
Oh yeah, we didn't have anyone go from an E to an A star. We had quite a few people go from an E to an A, but we didn't get anyone do like the ultimate jump from an E to an A star. But
maybe that'll be you.
Yeah, maybe this year. So do let us know what you get on results day. We'll be live doing bits and pieces, and there'll be prizes to be won for letting us know what grade you got.
Yeah, and the money back guarantee is about using the course and using us to help you to improve, not just buying it.
Yeah,
you've got to do the work. We can't get it into your head. You have to do that active work. But we know that if you do the work in the way that we're suggesting, using the resources that we're suggesting, it will improve your grade.
Yeah, if you don't improve a grade, we don't want your money. Like seriously, if you use it and you complete the course and you come to our web classes and you engage with us, you ask us questions, you are going to improve. Yeah. There's simply no doubt about it.
Okay, I'm in year 13.
Yes.
So that means I'm nearly finished.
Yeah, a month to go. Biology, paper 1 or paper 3 in a month, basically.
So what do I do about cancelling? When do I cancel?
Okay,
Does it just cancel automatically?
All our subscriptions are monthly subscriptions. You start your subscription when you want it to start and you end your subscription when you want it to end. We have lots of students who want to keep their subscriptions going. We have no way of knowing what your situation is. So you can log in and end your subscription whenever you want. We will be sending emails before your final exam hand before your paper 3 to every single enrolled student, reminding you, showing you the instructions. Again, I think I can possibly even walk you through it. Yeah, let's do it something like this. I can show you. So if I share my screen, once you're logged in, you will have, Ronnie has a little icon up here, but it'll probably be a little avatar, and you just go to manage subscriptions. As soon as you're logged in, and then you can end your subscription. Yeah, it's super duper easy. Again, all the instructions are on the FAQ. I think it's in the account and email section is how to unsubscribe. So please do end your subscription.
We can't end it for you. That would obviously, we can't just go in and chuck you out. And all we can do is email you and remind you. But yeah, you need to set yourself a reminder on the phone even. Yeah,
put your end of your exams in your diary. For biology, that's Monday the 17th. Chemistry, it's Wednesday the 19th. Log on then. Obviously, you might want to be a bit savvy. You want to find your payment date. You're charged monthly. It's a monthly subscription. If you start on the 15th of the month, you'll be billed on the 15th of next month. So find your whichever day you're paying for it on, and I'd recommend you unsubscribe. If you unsubscribe on the 14th, you're good. If you unsubscribe on the 16th and your payment day is the 15th, you get charged for that. You're responsible. Sort yourself out. You're adults. You're going to university. Yeah, like it's not that difficult.
Okay, I'm in year 12.
Yeah.
So there's a gap now.
Okay, so year 12 students, your exams are this week coming up and next week to some extent, before half term. You guys, we have done, basically, we want to work with you all of next year.
Yeah, I think this is important for first years to understand. It isn't like going from GCSEs to ASs. You are going to be starting your A2 studies in 3 weeks, 4 weeks, whenever it is, just after half term, you're going to be starting A2. And you do about a fifth of your A2 studies in that period. There's a 6-week period. And if you're being taught well, you're going to be doing some hardcore A2 stuff right at the beginning. So we want to work with you through that period. You're going to be set holiday work, which you're going to be probably doing if you're a normal human at the end of August, because you won't have looked at it all through August, but we want to be there with you that entire time, not just at the end. We want to work with you and teach you all the way through, not just do some crash course at the end trying to make up for the fact that you haven't been learning all year.
So if you are one of our year 12 subscribers, keep your subscription live over the summer and you will continue to pay the same price. You'll put the year 12s, it's cheaper for you guys in year 12. So you will continue to go into year 13 paying the same year 12 pricing, and we will give you all the year 13 material. So you'll get all the year 13 ultimate guide, and we're going to give you all the year 13 revision kit as well for the same price.
So it's way cheaper.
Yeah.
We will get way more money from you if you unsubscribe and then come back. So if you want to make it cheaper and we want to work with you, that's what we've put together as a way to try to.
There'll also be some summer web classes to help you with your homework, and obviously you're going to be starting your year 13 content. So as soon as the year 13's exams are done in July, we're going to give you all the year 13 content as long as you've got your year 12 subscription continuing. If you unsubscribe in the summer, resubscribe as a year 13 student in September, then basically it will be more expensive. So, and
just to clarify, everything we just said is about the ultimate guide.
Yeah.
Not the revision kit.
Yeah. Well,
because the revision kit, yes, ignore me.
Yeah. Just check out the website. In fact, I think there's even another thing that I can share with you here. Let's do this. I'm pretty sure that if you are a year 12 student, go to your My Courses page. You will see this course that says Newsflash, year 12 students. There's one lesson in there, and it's all the information that we've just given you is in a 3-minute video. So if you're a year 12 student, go to the Newsflash, this nice orange graphic, and you will see all the information there.
Okay, last thing on this. Do you have any discounts promos going on?
Discounts and promos, we get asked all the time. So if you are an Ultimate Guide subscriber, you get the revision kit for 40% off. It's £29 a month instead of £49 a month. If you're just a revision kit subscriber, we're going to give you the first month of the Ultimate Guide for half price. So that basically works out to be the same. If you are one of our subscribers, obviously, if you are a year 12 subscriber, the biggest and best deal you're going to get is to have a year 12 subscription and just keep your subscription going all the summer and for as long as you want it. And obviously, that's going to be your biggest saving. It's like 400 quid or something.
Yeah.
It's £400 cheaper if you do that than unsubscribe and then resubscribe as a year 13 student. So massive saving.
Okay, should we have a look at the chat?
Let's do that. Let's go over here. Okay.
Oh, I like that. First thing that I've seen.
MXX?
Yeah, honestly, the Ultimate Guide courses are amazing. I didn't understand N-P. That's chemistry, isn't it?
Chemistry.
Good. Oh, excellent. Excellent. Okay, do we need to, is that where we were before? Do we need to scroll?
No, we were way back up here somewhere.
Okay.
Okay, so
Ryan's asking about what we're doing in the summer. Actually, that is on our list to discuss today, exactly what we're doing in the summer. I, as you probably know, work as a senior examiner for Edexcel. So there is a block of time when I am pretty much examining and sorting out all the Edexcel stuff that I do. And Rich is going to have a small, tiny holiday. So there, we're going to discuss and we'll make it clear to you when we're going to be on. But certainly, we are well aware that you should be learning the start of your A2 effectively in end of June, beginning of July, and we're going to support you with that and also your summer work.
Okay, so people ask about free trial. Free trial is coming up in the next section.
For maths, I have the revision kit, but some questions are so hard, like not my spec, should I still do them? It depends where you're, that's why I organised them by not only by topic, but also by difficulty, because obviously maths is skill-based, not knowledge-based. So I could give you a question that is testing the tangent to a function. That could be really easy, or it could be like a nightmare impossible. So that's why they're organized into apprentice, expert, master. I would say it completely depends on what grade you're going for. Definitely, if you're going for an A or an A star, then you should do those master's questions, because there is no real difference between the exam boards in terms of those top questions and how hard they are. But if you're going for a BC level, then don't worry about them. That's why they're organised and why they're classified into difficulty for maths, because it's really, really important to know whether or not it's worth you putting your time into that particular question.
Yep, so there was a random question about me. Is there a video on magnification in the biology course? 100%, of course there is. It's in the math skills section is where you'll find that one. I think I don't know exactly where. I can't remember the name of that specific video. There's also one on YouTube called Magnification and Resolution, which has got penises in it.
Lovely.
Which is why it's not in my course anymore, because lots of schools use it.
Yes. So Manisha, I hope we answered that. If I buy a year 12 subscription now, will I get year 13? You'll be our star TT student. If you are year 12 now, then we've got you. You're going to do super duper well.
Start a subscription whilst you are still in year 12, i.e. sort of before the summer holidays. As soon as you come back from the summer holidays, you're a year 13 student and you'll pay year 13 pricing.
Yeah. Should I prioritise topic questions where I know I'm weak over full pass papers? No. There's only 2 weeks to the Edexcel maths exams. No, and I'll tell you why. Because say there is a topic you're weak on, then there is a possibility that you, like worst case, let's say you're really weak on it. You've got an idea, but it's really hard. Then you'll maybe pick up, say, like this is worst case scenario. It's a 15-mark question. You only get the first 5 that everyone can get because it's the beginning bit, show that this. So you drop 10, okay? You are going to drop 10 by making silly mistakes, by not answering the question, by running out of time, by not having the right mindset when you're doing the maths. You are going to drop more than 10 for your exam technique in maths and for your accuracy more than any individual question. By doing a full paper and focusing on all of those things and your mistakes and your exam technique and redoing it and learning what it's like to actually check your answers before you hand that paper over, all that stuff, that's going to make more of a difference to your overall grade. Plus, there will be a question on that topic that you're talking about. There will be, because it's maths and everything comes up. So you will be working on that question and you will be working to understand what's going on with that topic in that question. Now, because maths is maths, simply by doing that, you will make a lot of progress. And you will find, I promise, that when you try that next paper, when you get this one up to 95% or 90%, when you try the next one totally unseen, you will be much stronger on that topic. Just from that one work on that one question, honestly.
Yeah, what are you training for? Ultimately, what are you training for? You're training for how to do the exam. And there's only one thing that can really train you for that. You're getting both things at once. You're answering questions, and you're doing exam practice. You're doing the
whole spec because it's maths.
And you're practicing the timings and the concentration levels, all the other things that you need to, all those other skills. are in the past papers.
Especially maths.
Yeah.
That's like, I mark them. I can tell you now, the A-star students don't give the answer in the required form. They don't put units on. They make a little slip copying the question, but it never occurs to them that they might do that because they're A-star students. They know they're good at the maths. What they're worried about is, do I know what to do? It doesn't occur to them that maybe that little squared that they've written down in the question, that was a cube, so they've dropped all their accuracy marks.
Manisha, do the TT method, 100%. We're not going to say do anything else. That is the way you should be structuring your revision between now and the exam. And is it important to do in papers under some conditions? Definitely yes. Of course, yes. You want to simulate the exam as best you can, because otherwise, what's it all for? Like, would you recommend footballers train for a full-length match by doing half matches? No, you're going to train for the real event by doing the real timings. Next section.
Yeah, last question on this, because I know obviously everybody's in the same position. You haven't only got one exam, one exam and one subject. You've got 3 exams or 2 exams for 3 subjects. So you use action hours, divide your day up. Don't decide what you're going to do exactly every single day for the next 2 weeks, because you will change it and then you'll be stressed that you haven't stuck to your plan. But just today, for example, what time is it now? 2 o'clock. So let's say you're going to do 4 action hours between now and the end of today. Just pick, what do you want those 4 to be? Do you want 1 on each subject and then 1 on your worst subject? Or do you want 3 on your worst subject and 1 on your, just pick, just choose. And then though you're splitting it up each day, decide how many action hours am I going to do today? And then just choose which subjects you want to do with that. And that will help you to keep it all balanced.
Like nearly all those questions that have just been asked have already been answered. So this is going to be the FAQ. We'll come back to questions at the end, but that's the whole point of doing this video, because we get asked the same questions every single time.
Yeah.
So next section.
Next section is using the course once you're inside the course. So this is something that you were asking about, free trial. What is free trial? How long does it last? Where is it?
Okay. So the free trial gives you a limited selection. It's there to show you what the course is like. Now there are people there saying, when is it going to be totally free? It's not going to be totally free.
It's our job.
It's our job. That's
tutoring
how,
is our job.
It takes like many people to, there's a full team of people working on this full time to make it as best it can be. So what is the free trial? It is looks like this. Oh, let's not do that. I think it's the wrong window. Let's share. It moves around. There we go. So from the website, free trial, or you can get there from any of the pages on any of the subjects. The free trial is here. You can choose. It's subject specific and it's all exam board specific. Again, know what exam board you should be doing, and if you don't know, go and find out. First, text one of your mates, somebody you know in a WhatsApp group or something, it will know what exam board you do.
Discord group.
Discord group.
But
if they're not at their school, they won't necessarily know what exam board they do. So pick your exam board. It's all totally exam board specific. When you get into the free trial, this is the chemistry one. You can try both the revision kit. And the revision kit includes 4 or sometimes 5 courses, depending on which subject and which exam board. So, for example, I've got the essay courses in my AQA revision kit.
A-star maths, really, really hard questions course.
But the essay course isn't in the OCR and Excel course, so you don't do it. So you can sample all the different bits of the revision kit. And then you've also got the ultimate guide. You've got all of the year 1 content, all of the year 2 content. What you don't get in the free trial is the web classes. And we're going to come and talk about the web classes in a minute, because obviously you're paying for live classes. You're paying for the option to ask questions. So effectively, that's what you get. Maybe if we go, we can pick one of these and we can see what you get inside. But have a good look in the free trial before you subscribe, because it will show you, you'll see the entire course. You'll see, if you look in here, you can see all the different, we're actually logged in, so that's no good to us, is it particularly? But this is what the full course looks like.
You have limited access, but you have plenty enough to see what it's like and whether or not it's going to help you.
Yeah, that's what it's there to do. It's there to show you what it is. And you obviously, once you get the full subscription, you unlock all of the content.
Okay, web classes. Are they in the revision kit?
Okay, so the web classes, again, the ultimate guide teaches you the content. The web classes teach you the content as well as exam technique. So they are all included in the ultimate guide. If you want the web classes, then you'll need a subscription that includes the ultimate guide. They're not included with the revision kit.
How do you register for a web class?
Okay, again, I'm going to screen share because I think it's just easiest to show you all. was there, you see. I have to move it over there. Okay, so web classes. This is, again, the biology one. On your My Courses page, you will see subjects, biology, chemistry, or maths, live weekly web classes. You'll come over here. You can register for, you've got first lesson in every course is how to use them. It gives you all this information, how to register. It's all there, how to use Zoom and all the rest of it. You've got the upcoming web classes here, and you've got all the recordings, all the year one recordings. These are all like about 1 hour long. And then all the year two topics that are covered over there. So if you did want to register, so this week on Tuesday, we'll go over when they are in a second. I've got an examiner joining me in my live class. So it's like an exam drop-in Q&A. You can submit your questions to me in the chat down there. So you're going to submit your questions and we're going to go through them in the live class. To register, this big orange button here, and you've got to register. I'll tell you this, face the camera. You've got to use your Ultimate Guide email address. We manually check every person who joins the list against your Ultimate Guide account. If you have an Ultimate Guide account with one email address and you register with another email address, it won't match. You're not coming in. You need to register at least 24 hours before the class is scheduled to start so that we have time to do that check. And then once you've been accepted manually, you get an email to your email address with the link to join the live class 1 hour before the class starts.
And you did say this, but it is asked every single week. Is this going to be recorded? Is it recorded? Where's the recording? Can I watch the recordings? Do I get the recordings if I join late?
Yes. Okay. So obviously in the live weekly web classes course, you have the year one recordings and the year two recordings. They are all accessible. Every class is recording unless there's a technical error or there's a human error. Sometimes we forget to record it. So you should totally attend live because then you can ask us questions. Okay.
Speaking of asking questions,
when are they is the only question we didn't
ask. Yeah, when are they?
Biology, Tuesday. The general, this is the nights that we do. So biology stuff is on Tuesdays. Chemistry stuff is on Wednesdays. Math stuff is on Thursdays. And the live classes are all 6 p.m. until 8 p.m., 6 p.m. Tuesday for biology. 6 till 7, the first hour, we do year one content. And 7 till 8, we do year two content. The same for Wednesdays, 6 till 7, 7 till 8, year one, year two. For chemistry, same for maths. Thursdays, biology Tuesdays, chemistry Wednesdays, Thursdays maths, 6 p.m. till 8 p.m. Register 24 hours before.
Okay, so one of the things that is really different about having a Table Tutor subscription against lots of other online teaching video-based A-level courses is that we teach you not only in the web classes, but also you can ask us questions on anything all the time, 24/7. So how do I ask questions and what do I do if my question isn't showing up?
Okay, so I mean, I can demonstrate with this course here. Okay, so in fact, this one we're logged in as admins, so they're going to get a good little view of this one. Okay, so on any course, this is my web class coming up this week. You can see, well, first of all, we've got this one. When you submit a question, every question has to be manually approved. We read it to make sure it's suitable.
So you can't see that, that's invisible to you.
If you logged in, if James logged in even, he wouldn't be able to see this comment. It would be invisible because you've submitted it, it's waiting, it's pending approval. Publish comments, like these ones down here, we answer all of your questions. We're working about 24 hours is the rough turnaround. Right now, we're getting loads and loads of questions on the course. You can leave your question, so you can say, "Hi, Rich, question." If I could spell. So yeah, please, if you're referencing a point in the video, make sure that you include a time reference. I wonder if I've got one on here. Okay, yeah, so this is from the revision kit. You can ask questions on the revision kit and on the Ultimate Guide, questions and answers underneath. And this would be on the Ultimate Guide. You get questions and answers, and we have threads. So you can see, look how many questions we've answered. As I said, nearly 10,000 questions this year. It's like totally unique. I don't know any other online course that tutors you, that answers your individual personal questions. So that is, yeah, it's a great part of the service. Once you've submitted your comment, obviously you will see it and get a notification when we respond to your comment. Typically it's about 24 hours.
Yeah, it depends. I mean, obviously, like Thursday night I'm teaching, so nobody's going to get replies from me on a Thursday between 6 p.m. 5 because we hop on YouTube as well. So yeah, it depends. And like right now we're with you, so we're not answering comments, but in a minute we're going to make a coffee and go and do comments. So you'll get some answers in a bit if you put some questions up. Right, last thing, what is the Discord TT community? How can you join it? What is it?
Okay, we'll put the link in the description once the live is finished. Discord is like effectively, I'll maybe jump in and let's share the screen one more time. It's not. Okay, so this is our Discord community. You have the rules here, and people just having a chat about in here. We've got the general thread, but there's each of the different subjects. You've got
chemistry. They've been
maths.
really good at helping each other out.
Yeah, so you've got basically it's an opportunity. So like right now there's 39 people online, and the community so far has
600.
Yeah, 560 people offline. So you can communicate with one another. You can ask each other questions.
We have a look, the chemistry one. I had a look this morning, and that people were really good.
So like sharing the links to our lives,
but really helping each other out with questions, and like when I've forgotten when the class is for Tailored Tutors, or for example, we're going on when we've thought of something brilliant we can add to the course, we're going in the Discord and saying, guys, I've just added this, here's a link. So obviously you might not see it, there's loads in the course, but that's where we are going to communicate with you about what's putting in, what's new, what would you know, that sort of stuff. So,
we're not going to be answering topic-based questions in there. Obviously, if you want to ask us a question, then we're spending like 6, 8, 10 hours a day sometimes answering your questions inside the Ultimate Guide and Revision Kit. If you've got any biology question for me, find the relevant video in the Ultimate Guide or the Revision Kit, post me the question there, or post Ronnie the question there, and we will answer your questions.
Yeah. Sophie, right, so that's all of our FAQs, but I just answering Sophie on hinges. Hinges is exactly the same as all other moments. Literally the only difference is where the hinge is, i.e. at the end, put a Y that way and an X that way, then just do what you always do up is down, left is right, take moments around a point, and you'll find out where X and Y are. It's exactly the same. I think it's less likely to come up than other moments questions, but not impossible, and no more difficult. Absolutely not more difficult. In fact, I'd say it's easier than ladders.
Okay, let's say, does anyone have any questions about Tailored Tutors, about the courses, any commonly asked questions that relate? I'm not topic questions. I think what we could maybe do is jump on in 10 minutes and just do a few quick topic questions, maybe. Sure. But this video, for it to be useful, is all about frequently asked questions that are going to be useful to other students. I'm not going to start doing topic-based stuff right here. That's we can maybe jump.
He's telling me not to do maths. That's what he's saying.
Basically, yeah. Otherwise, this video is going to lose its potential. We don't do physics A level right now. If you have a totally amazing, wonderful physics teacher that you think would be in the TT vibe, they've got to know the exams inside out, then tell them to get in touch. We're definitely looking to add other subjects, but finding the right person is very, very difficult because we have high standards. You want to check the Year 1 Ultimate Guide. The Year 1 Ultimate Guide and release. I don't quite understand your question, Christopher. No. If you have a Year 1 Ultimate Guide subscription, then...
I realised we do. You asked the question before. Do we need to learn Spearman's rank for AQA biology? Just checked, and yes, we do.
Yes, you do. You don't for AQA. You don't need to be able to calculate the test statistic, but you do need to know what it tests for, when to choose it, and all the rest of it.
Hamza's saying that it takes a while to get from one page to the next. We're on that.
Yeah. So. There's a huge amount of people. In fact, I don't think it's to do with the number of users. We have a massive server. It's all supported by a company called Teachable, who are designed for like large content courses. I think part of the issue is that we put so much video content in there right now, it does just take a little while to load. So, I mean, if it's really frustrating you, work in 2 tabs is what I do sometimes. If I want to switch between, I'll have one tab open here and I'll open another tab and let that one load. It takes maybe 7 seconds or something like that. But if you're that impatient, have 2 tabs and then you can just work between the 2 of them. Okay, so why isn't the Revision Kit resource in the Ultimate Guide? Well, because they're separate courses. The Ultimate Guide has been on sale for, 3 years now? I wrote the Revision Kit this year. So they're completely, and also, they do different things.
Yeah, if you work with us all year, then at this time of the year, you literally don't need the Ultimate Guide. So if we put them together and charge a bigger amount for both, that's not fair on the people who want to pay half of that and use the course all the way through the year, using the Ultimate Guide to learn and then switching over and using the Revision Kit.
Yeah, so the value for what you get for what you pay is insane. Like, you won't find anything better value out there. Like £80 for everything for one subject is 2 hours with a tutor. Like, you're gonna see so much more improvement from it. Like,
Gaming Dead, is saying, haven't heard back I don't really understand for the typical OCR bio questions document. There is no way there is a comment on there that hasn't been replied to, because we clear it all the time. So if you've asked a question in the course.
I was up to 6 hours ago with my comments last night when I left the office at whatever, 8 p.m. The oldest biology comment on the course or question was 6 hours old.
Yeah.
The free trial is a limited version of both the revision kit and the ultimate guide. You only get a little selection, a taste. It's plenty. There's loads of stuff in there and lots of useful stuff, but it doesn't cover every topic, obviously. So it's not, if you start now, it's not going to expire before this year. You can just use it, but it's not going to give you full access. It just gives you a taste.
Would it help, like, how are you feeling today about your revision? Would it help if we come back in half an hour or something and help you with some biology and maths, or are you feeling like you're all right and you can just use the comments on the course?
Yeah, we're not going to do it in this video because this video serves the purpose of answering your frequently asked questions.
And also we've got a lot of questions, obviously, from students using the course right now. So we're going to go
literally hundreds, if not, probably not thousands a day, but like hundreds of questions a day.
Go do some revision. Go do an action hour. We're going to do it.
In fact, I didn't who knows who's been using action hours. An action hour is definitely what you should be. Use the TT method and then use action hours. So if you've got nothing else to do, or if you've got nothing else to do, if you don't know what to do today, pick your subject you're worried about the most, do a closed book time conditions paper, pick then, mark it, find the 3 weakest topics or problems for you in that paper, and then do 3 action hours on. That's loads. That's like a massive day. That's maybe for the whole weekend to do, and you'll see your improvement.
If you posted a question that wasn't answered, please post it again, because we never ignore a question, never, and we always answer. We always clear from the bottom up so people aren't waiting as long as possible. So if you've asked a question that wasn't answered, we promise we didn't know anything about it, so please just repost it.
Yeah, we weren't looking at the chat when we were doing most of that. Gaming Jedi, I did the TT method and got a C to a high A for paper 2 OCR unseen paper. It works. Just trust us. Gaming Jedi.
Oh, excellent.
How long have you been using the course? What's your name? As also, if you don't mind saying your name, because I'll probably recognize you from the questions you've been asking or joining in the web classes.
That's so good. That's like 2-3 grades.
How long did it take you to go from a C to a high A then, Gaming Jedi?
Hamza, I would say don't go through the content. That's not how maths is learned. It's like you're going to do play the piano and you go and get a textbook on what are all the chord sequences. Play the chord sequences, play the scales, actually do it. If you want to really reinforce those messages in your brain, then go to the topic section and do loads of indices questions, but don't go back to me teaching you. That is not how you learn, is listening to me, not at this stage.
I mean, if you missed a month from school, if you were long-term off sick and there's like literally a gap in your content knowledge, then you use the ultimate guide to go fill in the holes.
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
2 weeks, 3, 4, that's amazing.
So is it too late to go up a grade or 2 grades or 3 grades? No. But do the things that we're telling you, and that's the way to see the improvements.
Jack, I don't remember answering many Jack maths questions. I want some more maths questions.
Okay. Awesome, Jack.
Okay. Oh, excellent. We're talking about this, aren't we? Year 11 students. I'm in year 11. I want to learn maths over the holidays. Get the year 12 ultimate guide. Definitely the year 12 ultimate guide at some point. Yeah. And we are currently planning, and we're hoping to do it this year. In fact, we are going to do it this year. This year we're going to be putting in some transition year 11 to year 12. Yeah. So 100% that will be. And also, even just if you've got the year 12 ultimate guide now for the maths, you can start looking at those beginning topics. Loads of it is reinforcing GCSE, simultaneous equations, indices, quadratics, equation of a line, all that stuff, like transformations of graphs, is all in the AS, but like a teeny bit harder. So it will definitely be worth you having, and you can ask questions and you can get going on it. Absolutely 100%. And then, a transition thing will appear. Join the Discord community as well, and then that's where
you'll find out about everything, all our announcements in there. Zane, when would you full on start blasting past papers? Using the TT method now.
Today, this afternoon.
Like, ideally in April, but we're not in April, so now is use the TT method. And Roy, got the ultimate guide. Want to know how the subscription works? Start on the 19th of March. You only need it till the 19th of June. When should you cancel? Okay, so we went through cancellations earlier. You know your payment date.
It's the 19th, I think that is the point.
So tomorrow.
Because it needs it on the 19th.
Yeah, okay. So tomorrow is the 19th of May. Oh, is that right? Yeah, we're in May right now. I'm totally lost. So after, you'll get charged tomorrow because your payment date's the 19th. So after tomorrow, anytime after that payment date, you can end your subscription, and it will keep you enrolled in the course until the midnight on the 18th of June, and then it will automatically end, but you won't have access beyond that. So that's what you should do. Wait until after your payment comes out until tomorrow, and then unsubscribe after that.
Gaming Jedi Jack, there is all of the bio multiple choice questions in the revision kit. You discuss that, don't you? Like if you look at the initial bit about, do you do that? I'm making it up, I don't know. I know you do multiple choice, don't you?
OCR do multiple choice questions.
So there's advice about like which question should you start with in biology?
Yeah, okay. The multiple choice section in OCR, a bit like the essay question for AQA, it can be a real time sink. You can get too bothered with the time. So again, practice time conditions. Set a time. They recommend 18 to 20 minutes for those 15 marks at the beginning. Set a timer for be difficult on yourself. Set it for 18 minutes and do the multiple choice.
Yeah, I did physics a couple of years ago for fun. I did the exams and the multiple choice was so much. 1 mark and you're doing a massive moments question, 1 mark. And I screwed up on the timing, and that's me, and I know how to do exams and I practice loads. And in the real thing, I screwed up on the timing because of the multiple choice section taking me so long and me getting angry because you know you're wrong. If you get an answer and it isn't one of those 4, then whereas in a normal question, obviously you can get the wrong answer and go, yep, I've done it and move on. So personally, when I did the physics, I would recommend leaving the multiple choice till last.
So yeah, Tanisha's saying, how far back should I go with the past papers? Should I do the old spec papers? We've answered that already. Use the TT method, use the new spec papers until repeat them and repeat them and repeat them until you're really confident and strong on all of those new spec papers. Don't worry about the old spec papers. Don't worry about the other exam board papers. That's the method. If you've done them all a million times and you remember all the mark schemes inside out and backwards, then maybe you can look for other examples. But I doubt anyone's in that position, to be honest.
Is Spearman rank in AQA?
It's called correlation coefficient zone. Yes, it's the same thing, different name. You don't need to know how to calculate it. You do need to know how to use it, when to apply it, and how to interpret the results.
But can I just say, the product moment correlation coefficient is the Pearson correlation coefficient. So the correlation coefficient, if you're doing maths, is not Spearman rank.
Yeah.
It's different.
Yes, Hamza, that's a great question. The template notes will be put into a single folder. We need to rename them so that they include the lecture names so that you have some idea of which one you're downloading. I can probably I'll check what's AQA biology has been renamed, so I can get AQA biology done by the end of the weekend. I will check in with the person who does all our template notes and renaming them. I would say before May half term, we will have the template notes in the past paper library so you can download them all in one go.
How do you stay calm in the exam? 2 things. 1 is the way that you prepare for the exam. The reason you're not calm in the exam is that too much about it is new and stressful. So you minimize that by putting yourself into as many of those situations as possible. So for example, when you're doing a past paper, no music, silence. Be in a room that you're slightly uncomfortable in, not your bedroom. Go to the library or something like that where it's silent, or a college library maybe, where it's silent and you're a little bit uncomfortable. Use the timing. So normally when you're doing a past paper, you might have a sneaky little look at a mark scheme, see if you got that question right. Nope, you can't do that. You need to sit there for 2 full hours. What happens if it's an hour in? You can't do any more of the questions. If you've never experienced that before, you're going to be way more stressed than if you've been doing 2 or 3 a week in proper. When we say exam conditions, we don't mean don't have the mark scheme next to you. We mean sit at a desk that is like an exam desk, have no music on, it is silent, your phone is away, you don't have access to anything. You're trying to literally give your brain a chance to be in that situation as much as possible. You can't totally recreate it, obviously, but you need to pretend you're in the exam.
Yeah, print out the paper, don't just do it off the screen. Like it's not, that's not, then you're going to have chat pop up and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Great question there from Revision Account. Do I need any other resources other than TT for biology because the videos are simplified? It's taken all my experience to make the videos that simple. No, you don't need anything else. Maybe the revision kit if you want to do more past paper, like you want to get my insight into the past papers, but it is everything you need.
Yeah,
ask the other students.
We haven't simplified it by not doing some of the content.
Yeah.
We've simplified it because we know these courses inside out and back to front. If you're going for an A star, then everything you need is in there. It's not dumbed down. It's just made condensed, which is why it was so hard for us to make it
in the first place.
Why we need someone so good if we're going to add physics, because it isn't just reading out the textbook. It's years and years and years of experience saying, I know exactly what information to put into that 10 minutes to take someone all the way from knowing nothing to being able to answer the hardest question possible and supporting everybody in the middle. So yeah,
writing a short course that includes everything is 10 times more difficult. I could have made my course twice as long. It would have been easier for me to write a course that was twice that length, but making a condensed, concise course that covers everything you need to know is so difficult, and that's why our courses are so effective, because they include everything you need to know. And next steps, throw your textbook away. Yeah, like you don't need your textbook, you don't need anything else.
Oh, look, this is so good. I was about to say you should go do an action hour. We need to go do some comments, but just really pleased with this. Thank you so much for the mistake looking tactic. It's so simple, isn't it? You used to make 15 to 17 stupid mistakes, now I'm making 5. Like, that's going up a grade. That is a grades improvement. You don't need to learn anything else at all in maths. You can go up 1 grade just by learning how to find those mistakes. So there's 2 things. One is the psychology of looking for them, and the other one is how you actually find them, like sticking 2.5 into both sides, using the d by dx button on the calculator, all that sort of stuff. So it's not just a case of like, why don't you check for mistakes? We all know that, but how do you check? And you can go up a whole grade by learning how to check for mistakes. It's really good. Okay,
one or two more. So Manisha said, if I just do the whole of half term on just the exam papers of TT method, is that enough for biology, maths and chemistry, alternating days? Obviously, it depends where you're at with your revision right now, how much of an improvement you need to see in order to get into your firm choice for university. But yes, I mean, you might not necessarily want to do a whole day on a particular subject. Maybe you want to break it up a little bit more than that. But yes, using the courses and using the TT method, that is definitely the right way to go about it.
And yes, it does work with chemistry.
Yeah.
The mistake tactic, well, very, very briefly, but honestly, I really think you should go do some revision, and I think we should go do some supporting students doing some revision. But basically, psychologically at the end, don't look for mistakes. Assume you have made 5. Assume you have made 5 and try to find them. I know that sounds a really subtle difference, but it honestly makes a massive difference. Try to find them. The second thing is that if you've solved an equation, then you can sub your answer back in to see if it's right or not. And if you've rearranged an expression like partial fractions, then you can stick a number into the original thing that's on the paper, stick a number into your answer and see if they're still the same. If they're not, you've made a mistake. If they are, you don't need to check for mistake because there isn't a mistake. And then the other thing is to underline or highlight or something on the question, what I call the instruction from the examiner, which is leaving your answer in the form, exact answer, that just what the examiner is saying. If you don't do this, I don't care if you're right, you're not getting the final mark. So if the examiner is saying that to you, then you can tick them off. Did I give it in that form? Tick, literally one at a time. So those are the techniques. We can pop back later if we get
make
time.
sure you hit the bell, subscribe, because hit the bell notification, because we'll be doing random YouTube lives and there'll be lots of interesting stuff or content stuff from us. One little comment there.
My calculator is the same price as the Ultimate Guide.
Yeah. And it's insane how condensed the biology course is with just the videos. Are you even human? I think on that note,
close.
No, definitely not human. Just pure Android over here. Okay, so we'll put timestamps. We won't be there. We'll update the description with all the links and the videos and the useful things from us, the link to the Discord community. Give us 24 hours to update the description, but this will be there for you as a FAQ resource. We'll put all the timestamps in, so you should be able to find it. Thank you and goodbye.